Hey, what's up, people? Frank here, your favorite sorcerer. And, what I want to talk about today is quite an important topic to pretty much everybody out there. It might be one of the most important topics, period. Okay? When we look at spirituality and magic and how most people approach it, you could say that many of them use it as an escape mechanism. Okay? They suck at life and they find something that is, that sounds intellectual. They can philosophize a lot, and it gives them an excuse to not take care of shit, if that makes sense. Okay, they, you know, they're called armchair occultists. Okay, and they got big fucking libraries, and they come to certain conclusions about the nature of existence and how to exist better in this life. Okay, a lot of light workers have that approach, I found, which in my opinion is complete bullshit. All right, because it's the same game regardless of you playing it in the physical or in the spiritual. Okay, what do I mean by that? Coming to conclusions about the meaning and the deeper purpose of a game without having mastered some of the rules is not a good idea. Okay, you are skipping a step at that point. Let me tell you about my approach. And if you watch some of my other videos, you will see that I always combine mundane knowledge and understanding about certain topics with occult knowledge, because they're not opposites. They're two sides of the same coin. The laws that play out in the physical world are just extensions of occult principles, you know. And as somebody who works magic, you have to be firmly rooted in this world, okay? Why? You gotta give yourself a fucking reality check from time to time, okay? It's so easy to lose yourself and to, walk around with your heads in the clouds and have your life fall apart, okay? But if you use your physical existence as a feedback mechanism, you'll actually know if the mystical insights that you had actually make sense in any kind of way. Okay, let me give you an example. It's very hard to delude yourself in a trance state when you're doing an evocation or something like that. And, you know, to you it might make a lot of sense, right? Confabulation or whatnot. A lot of stuff could make sense to you personally, but it has absolutely no meaning in a real context. Okay? However, if you can take that mystical insight or that message that you received from a spirit and you can use it in a concrete way to achieve a pre-planned goal, or to achieve it better, faster, quicker, more easily, that's when you can know that it was actually something of value. Okay, how else are you going to measure that? How else are you going to, you know, deem a mystical insight worthy? You know, you have to be able to back your shit up, or your like mystical conclusions, philosophies. You have to be able to back that up with something concrete. Okay. Why else would you engage in this art? Why else would you put in all these hours of study and training in the mystical arts if you couldn't use it in the physical world? Okay? And if you approach magic from that point of view and from that frequency and perspective, you will actually progress faster, you know. The interesting thing is, and you will find that out pretty quickly when you start teaching people or, start learning the occult, you will see that people who are generally successful in like the mundane world usually also thrive much quicker in the occult world. Okay? And those who can't get their shit together in the mundane world will have a huge problem progressing in magic as well. Okay? For most people, it makes no sense to try to master like the other worlds, the more subtle realms. If and at the same time, they're struggling with getting their like mundane stuff together. Okay, see, in the Middle Ages, if somebody wanted to study the Kabbalah, that person had to, number one, have reached a certain age. Okay? Number two, they had to prove that they were able to handle their mundane circumstances. Okay, they had to be quite successful in business and in you know mundane stuff. They had to be a sane person, and there is a reason for that. You have to be firmly rooted here. You have to be, you have to have worldly wisdom as well. Otherwise, you will lose yourself in the realm of spirits. You're going to play with these energies if you're even able to conjure them up. You're going to play around with that shit. You're going to do like this ritual and that ritual, and it's going to have no structure, and you're not going to progress that way. Trust me. Discipline can only be attained if you have concrete goals. Okay? You can only have discipline in regards to something that you want to achieve, and at that point, the discipline will keep you on course. Without a goal, without something that you want to create here, attain here, you're not going to have it. You're just going to float around. You're going to, develop spiritual currents and whatnot, whatever these fuckers do, right? And most of the time, it's complete senseless, and it's a concoction of their own imagination. Now, I'm not trashing all of that. Obviously, I'm a sorcerer. The imagination is my gateway to the other realms, but it's very important that you can use these forces, bring them here, and have a concrete effect with them. Okay, so it's important that you're able to prove your power. Prove your power by being able to apply it to mundane goals. Okay, is your reading, like, Five of Hearts, you are caring and kind. That's not a fucking reading. Okay, a reading is like, this person is thinking this. This is the plan. This is how it's gonna play out. All right, and this is how I do my fucking readings. That's how precise they are. I can look into any person's mind. I can tell you what's going on there, how it's gonna play out, and at times I'm too good and I scare the person around. But usually they come back later and say, man, that was fucking amazing. Same with rituals, the goal has to be accomplished. Otherwise you were just like, doing nothing, really. Okay. The essence of this video, and what I want to say here is, the essence of the message of this video is, magic has to increase your survival in this world. Otherwise, you might as well not even do it. Okay? Don't use magic as an escape mechanism to feel special, because some words that most people don't know, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm a big fucking chaos magician. And I'm saying that, because I've seen this so much throughout my journey, through the many years. There's so many fucktards out there, sucking their thumb, not doing anything, except talking. Okay, yeah. That's it. Hope you got something out of this video. And think about it, okay? Use magic to increase your survival value in this world. And that's going to make you progress much faster. We're incarnated in this fucking body for a reason. And we should use this time here wisely, okay? Yeah, like I said, yeah, I hope you got something out of this. And I'm signing out. Be well.